Jesus, I actually not counting like any stand-in situations. When did he even retire? It had to have been like 2018, I think.
So there we go. It's been a long time. Let's get into it.
It's been a while. Quite a while.
G2 on the T side. MongolZ going to be charging through the smoke. There's a quick call here. It's straight through the temple smoke into the fights. Nate with the double. Case locks 4. Okay, locks them up with the dual Berettas, and Hades left 1v5. Good luck, buddy. Nothing you can do here. Now that is what you dream of when you get the dual Berettas.
Yeah, that's kind of how the dual Beretta round plays out in your head when you're sitting in spawn. It doesn't always actually happen inside the server, but this time it did. Oh, and he's got the ace. He hunted it down.
Oh, look at the energy as well.
Yeah, that's his big moment. Get himself hyped up. All right, keep an eye on what kind of a map he has. Pissed around like that sometimes just sends you off into the stratosphere.
Or you fall off the edge. Oh, there we go. They all just start... Well, I'm going to start charging in towards it. And he just melts them. Hunts them down with the Glock. And Hades, goodbye. He's had a bad hair day. Well, round 4. Bomb shifting over towards B quite early on. Hades going to take Pank down. No problems there. We got an opening kill here for G2. Pank, the victim. As G2 get ready for the B-bomb side attack, it's going to be another kill, this time from Hades. Okay, Hades. Great work as he peers down into the connector. MongolZ to follow up and leaving Woody 1v5.
Yeah, there he is.
With some great news as well. There's a lot of people, Jason. We have to address this. It's been running. If you guys look at it,
visual feng shui for the casting room.
But you guys must have better headsets than the viewers yesterday.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, nice and clean. All 5 G2 players stay up. Hades is it's a great map for him too, right? I think back in the day, I remember.
Case Locks is over towards camera as well behind the Molotov. 2 defenders behind the Molotov to allow enough of a distraction.
The most disgusting view model. I think this has a rival for Big Zera, but Woody's going to peek up and get himself a couple. Doesn't matter if it doesn't look good, as long as it's effective. Brazilians and their bad view models, man.
Hey, the Europeans are following suit, though, so you can't really blame. You can't fault them. Everyone else has gotten on the bandwagon now.
Yeah, but this one looks worse. I don't know what he's done with it, but...
That shot feels very cinematic.
That was very cinematic.
Yeah, even like the quality seemed improved.
And the Oscar
felt like CGI.
goes to... I don't remember the cinematic observer is at the moment, but you're all wonderful.
Tapping away. Heavy God can't do it, so ODDIK back to the winning. Well, it's strong, and you have it so often, just the way the economy works in MR12 and in CS2. So yeah, he'll pick it up and do some work with it. Everyone's got to be proficient with that weapon.
Okay, well, that's a great start to the round. Case Locks knocking MongolZ down through the smoke at top middle. G2 have to play a 4v5, and the round's just begun.
Yeah, nice early find on the MongolZ. Heavy God's looking to get into A main. He's calling someone over. He wants someone to come with a flashbang, so he's got some safety to do it. Somebody to set him up for a play, but he's not getting it quite yet. It's going to be Hades with the ult. Backing up Snacks in towards E-Box, and he's taken down one player to equalize things at 4 apiece.
Taz grenade gonna land right beside him. Knocked down his ass. And Case Lock's gonna try and cross back by the window. A lot of shots come towards him, none of them connecting. Now Woody, eyes on him on the fountain here. That smoke still up. Heavy God plays in behind it. Hades coming to join him, but the smoke fades away. Can they get past him? And the peek into the AWP favors Hades as Woody goes down. We've got Marios hiding at heaven. He's hoping for a godly play. Needs it now as he peeks out. He's got the headshot, but you don't mess with a real god. It's going to be heavy on the headshot. Case Lock's coming back in through storage. And look at them. They're so separated from one another.
Snacks has been taking his time getting here because they've never had the position of Case Locks, and he's got the one with all the utility as well. So it's been interesting to watch, but there's a lot of time for Case Locks to find the solution to this 1v2.
Yeah, look at the bombers. They have to come to get it. They have to fight him, and Snacks just comes through the camera. Case Locks gets taken down at heaven. Let's see what he's able to do as he joins the squad outside of B. It's a heavy commitment being set up with Snacks on the lurk.
They tried this earlier, though, and got beat up on it. Well, it was Hades AWP who won on the round, but the rifles didn't do a whole lot. We'll try again.
Woody taking one. Okay, 5-7, and Pank to the double. Ridiculous. As now Hades has to clutch it, and he's just not in a position to do so. They've got the bomb, he's running away, and once again, the B execution does not pay off.
No, and it's just kind of like that's a nice stack from ODDIK as well, but because of the nature of the round called from spawn, and you're not really spreading into a default and investigating and taking map control, you don't have any information or how many are there, so you're kind of just executing blind and hoping it's not a stack. Well, it was. Hades gets the first shot with the op. It's actually a pretty nice shot, but he's getting wrapped upon from behind, and no chance on that one. 5-2, a 3-round lead for ODDIK.
Yeah, Pank is able to get some impact even on the 5-7. Now he's got an actual weapon to play with, an AK. Here comes the utility. Smoke landing on the cross. Pank to the headshot. Hades down. Looking to mow down, but it's not happening just yet. Kaz planting the bomb. Snacks to the smoke. Nate gone. A lot of damage for Pank, but not a kill. Eventually, Heavy God continues to push this in the direction of a GT round victory, but Pank hanging in there. Clearing the platform, making sure no one is playing in and around those smokes. They fade away, gets into a good angle to fight mobs, but loses the jewel. And now, no utility left for the two remaining CTs that can cover off any of these choke points or even the bombs. So Matios is out of that. 1v3 is impossible from this situation. And we see G2 get their third round victory, finally getting a taste of victory again. Case Locks looking to fight mid. Flash is going to force him back. Grenade going forward, and it's the wrong time for MongolZ. He's going to be frustrated about that opening move.
Player with him, it was Hades last round. No one to activate him in towards A main. There's been no presence established on that side of the map for G2.
50 seconds on the clock. ODDIK still with a player advantage, and it's only followed up. It's only improved upon by Nate on that peek through Con. Heavy God trying to fight his team into a position of power, but he's on the lurk. He's not in the main pack of the attack, and there isn't much of a pack left.
Yeah, I don't think you want anything to do with this B hit from now on. Like, Heavy God's not even over in canals anymore. Just drive, fights at range. Hades falls next. Has no HP, no utility on either of the remaining G2 players.
Yeah.
And ODDIK's not giving him anything. To their credit, look how disciplined they're playing. No one peeking after the initial, just kind of heads up fights towards B main. They're like, you guys have to come into the bomb site, so we'll just chill.
Uninspiring T side right now from G2. Sporadic round victories. No real signs of any continuous success. It is just ODDIK kind of having blips on the radar and then getting back to winning ways.
To defend. This is the second time, we've seen G2 like take. Okay, they're coming back to you. I was gonna say the second time we've seen them take it and then just like fall away from mid control. They had mobs clear it out and do nothing with it previously. Now they're actually gonna step forward, and Woody's off. The timing isn't there for that peak.
Yeah, 40 seconds left on this clock bomb. Now barreling through middle. Snacks cutting off any play that Pank was trying to get away with. Let's go from Matios. He's still at heaven, and they know about it, but he's got a second kill. Oh, Hades now in a real tough spot because he's alone. All of his teammates gone, and he knows this one at heaven. He knows this one at Temple. What can Hades do?
Made the noise, going to go for the bomb plant, and they're going to give it to him. No one's even pressuring it in the 3-on-1. So if he gets away towards A main, he can actually make this happen.
Nice shot.
Don't give him too many chances.
Got to get another one. He's got to land one of them soon. He's getting pushed from so many different sides. You can see how much panic he's feeling right now. Nice shot. Needs another to come through immediately, and he was so worried about the A main player that he just couldn't watch heaven. How many times have they just been held at the B main door?
Some of those like late B splits. So
look at this play.
Dropout window, and there's a nice kill. Transfer over, dink from Pat.
Somehow Case Logs doesn't get involved in that kill at all.
Yeah, actually a 2 peeking from Canal, so why the hell not? Okay.
Well, Hades up next. Here he goes. Woody ready. Couldn't get a second. He was very committed to that, and so Heavy God to drop him in.
I think he must have spotted Hades early because he was so convinced of taking that wide angle that someone was to the right. And all of a sudden, this aggression from ODDIK is getting punished. A little bit too pushy around the map and into a 3-on-3 with 1 minute and 15 seconds. So a chance for G2 to pump the brakes, pause this, and try and exploit a few things on the map.
Case Locks started with aggression down Canal. Finish it with a B main plate.
Oh my lord.
Wasn't ready for Heavy God to be so close, but he nearly gets away with it. 1 HP left on Heavy God.
That was crazy. He actually had no idea they were ending at the B bomb site, but still brings him down very, very far. MongolZ chucks out some utility, so Ponk isolated for the moment.
It's taking Heavy God out of commission, right? He can't really take too many risks Unless he wants to just be used as bait, but it's MongolZ in the fight, so Heavy God must clutch this. 1 HP, 1 dream, and he's got it. 4th round for G2 secured at the end of the half. Not a T-side to remember. Pank. Now through the mid doors. Already some space, but Woody's patience about to pay off. Here they come. Sees the Joe Berettas, seizes his chance. Hades to go down, Heavy God to fall back. Now the play forward from middle towards cameras. The A split's being readied. Heavy God's about to be pulled in multiple different directions. Limb from limb. As he waits on the fountain, he's drowned out. Snacks to fall at storage, put away in a box. And we've got the pistol here for ODDIK.
Yeah, there's no chance of getting in after this. Good kill from MongolZ on the flank. 2 versus 4. Taz gonna go down back at CT spawn. Can't get past the beaches, and MongolZ reloads those dualies. And says, oh, actually goes for the USP and comes back for it. Thought he might just try and save him. Wants to come in for the heroics. Nice one-tap, traded off. 9th round for ODDIK and, what, both pistols?
Yeah, both pistols now. Spectacular fashion in the first.
Hades, Heavy God, and Snacks for the moment, waiting to see if anyone is going to swing into them in A main. But all this pressure on the A bomb site might force them to push.
Oh!
My God.
What the hell is that?
Damn.
Okay,
Yeah.
Heavy God. That's one way to open things up, open up the proceedings. Hades coming in with a follow-up kill here for G2, but it's still 4v3.
And they're going to wrap right around him into the A-bomb site. They just vacated this position, and then the mid-push comes in, and they know the A-bomb site is clear from this point, so you're going to plant safe behind Cake so that you cannot be spotted from A main. And now G2 have to make a decision if they want to go for this retake or use these rifles they picked up for the next round. I think with the man advantage, they're going to get pulled into the retake. No kits, no utility. 1 smoke and 1 flash, excuse me.
Charging back in. No peeks yet from ODDIK. Utility going to the back of the site. And Case locks on the double kill. Holding down Hades, unable to take it. Taz will, though. 5-7 to the double kill, and here comes the coach. Inside of the smoke, running out of time, and yeah, it's 1 here, but a lot of damage being done in this round. And Taz even gets an extra 1 on the way out. So 3K on the 5-7 from Taz. He's still getting the high 5s.
AK-47 on MongolZ was brought forward by Taz in the next round. No one else is buying anything, so they're putting the gun in MongolZ's hands, hoping to activate him here on Anubis to save the day. Gets the first kill, pushing outside A. There's Taz on top, but the B bomb site does not have weaponry to defend. And now ODDIK's going to move in.
Smoke going up. Here goes the utility down in towards the temple. 43. G2 must convert this if it's a decent chance.
They've got 1 more Molotov. If they sense the pressure is coming from Dark and from Canals, there it is. A little bit late. Once past it, he swings for that fight, doubled up.
Oh, both AKs charging through. Only one of them makes it. Heavy God now the sole player, the sole hope for G2. And you got to now rely on Hades running in with the USP, and there's just too many players to worry about. Pank goes out B main.
Now, ODDIK's map pick, and I think we're kind of seeing why. They obviously are confident and looking strong on it. Maybe this all changes when we get over to Dust 2. Heavy God, a pair of kills pushing out A main, and Snacks adds a 3rd. And this time, the option to wrap around the A-bomb site, it ain't there because Hades has the angle, but misses the shot.
And with Case Locks and Pank in a 2v4, should be the first G2 defensive round win. Snacks is going to confirm that they take 1 step closer, and it's just Case Locks left 1v4 now. A lot of time, bomb not in his possession, and the blue dots of G2's defense swarm that bomb. Unless he has to change his position, put himself in harm's way, which right now he doesn't look like he's going to do, so we're now looking at 11-5. Question is now, can G2 finally put 2 rounds together? And we talk about all the damage that G2 did over the last few rounds and how that doesn't necessarily...
A scout, an AK-47, a Glock on Pank, and 2 more smokes after they've just used the initial nade.
Oh, Case Locks is going to win that fight.
Well, this is a beautiful way to start it if you're an ODDIK fan.
Exactly.
Kill onto MongolZ. Taz tagged down to 30 HP.
He's taking a few steps back. He's going to use the utility, the molly.
He's delaying it as long as he possibly can.
But eventually he's going to run out of utility, and he won't be able to do that. Here's the bomb in mid.
Here we go, the execute. Nate gets Taken down, Klosk with a smoke in hand, drops it out into the open in nowhere. He's going to slide on through it. 3-on-2.
Heavy God.
Oh, this could be huge.
Oh,
he bides his time. He waits. They never know. He's going to get both, and that's massive for Heavy God. 6-11.
Heavy God's having a game. Even though the rest of his teammates aren't, he's fragging. He's got 18 kills now. A good double kill off the platform.
T-side yet to get started.
It's going to be Case Locks to drop Taz. Here comes the window fight. Nate, ooh, stepping up as well. So too good already for ODDIK. And now they know. Oh, okay, Matios with a one-tap. Heavy God just getting domed. Good luck, Snacks. Good luck.
Oh, that's a crazy shot. Heavy God has schooled him in that exact fight a number of times throughout this half. The fact that he hits that one is so dirty.
We have such a strong CT side of Anubis. It's hard to lose the map. Especially when your opponent's playing with their coach. Hades is stepping in for the team. G2 with kind of the walking wounded in Astana. Nice and slow. ODDIK realized that this is a great opportunity to close out the map. Don't want to let G2 start to come back again. Here comes an aggressive maneuver. The A place worked out real good here for Heavy God. He's got 2. He'll fall back as well with no trade coming in from ODDIK. What is the response? Is Nate to try and follow up on the gap they've just left behind, because both of those A players, after their aggressive maneuver, have walked all the way back to the camera, and no one is looking for Nate right now.
Yeah, this is actually a really
Dude, he knows that too. He knows their backs are turned. And then pulls the trigger. But he still makes the most out of it. His teammates coming in now. The bomb is going down inside of the A site. Nate has made the perfect move that might just win this map.
Well, the problem is now you have a team on the other side. Pank is actually coming in through the B bomb site. So they have to have enough resistance to hold off this retake for the flank to come to fruition.
Oh, just gets by the angle. Nate gets over towards camera. There's an A-main player coming in very slowly, letting the players from storage peek first. Taz and MongolZ. They come in, leaving Pank with a 1v4 to try and close out the map, and it's stopped. A nice reaction from Nate, trying to find the only way to get ODDIK back into the round but it's Heavy God with some devastating impact to kick off the round itself.
And I mean, you can't be upset about that if you're ODDIK either, because I think you made the correct play. You found the gap. Nate makes that move that opens everything up for you, and even position for the retake just perfectly. A crossfire exactly where they're coming. Just
Woody and Pank making their way through the smoke in middle. Clear close right. Now about to walk through the mid doors here. Here goes Snacks. One quick headshot, and Woody to respond. They continue to move into the site. You've got Heavy God playing out towards A main. And the kind of game he's having, let's see what he can do into the open. Just one. Taken out by Case Locks in response. Smoke to storage, cutting them off on this rotation in. This might be it. ODDIK with a 3v3 in the bomb. Not planted yet, but is about to be in just a moment here. Taz not enjoying the fact that smoke is in his face. It's all about the A main player, and this fight does go the way of MongolZ. Barely, though. He's on low HP. But G2, for the time being, hold the player advantage. Taz going to offer that right back. Case Locks knows that MongolZ is still there. Still towards A main. Still low, and the bullet to the chest. It's over, unless Hades has a 1v2 up his sleeve. And it's not going to happen. Case Locks opens up this map with an ace, and he closes it with a 4K. An incredible individual performance from him.
Maybe Shadow Daggers. What the fuck is this? Nah, man. Yes, sir. That's my style.
CX1, whatever we call them. Whatever you want to call them.
6-1?
6-1?
Yeah. That's a new one. All right, Nate, up on top of the Xbox. Look at the fight. Just going to have to drop back. A little bit of damage done to Woody. Pank down to 4 HP. And the charge out long as Taz sends the bullets to the brain.
Man, they took a lot of damage on that initial salvo. All those aggressive plays, the peek through double doors in middle, the peek off catwalk, all of it took damage, and now it's just going to get cleaned up. P250 from Heavy God. And here comes the long cross, the desperate final play. The flash through yields nothing. And G2 are going to get this pistol.
Yeah, they do. It's just a heavy commitment out long. Grenades to bombard the site. But eventually G2 going to be able to leap in, get that bomb planted. Taz securing it. He looks locked in the pistol. He gets the opening kill. He gets the bomb plant. He's guaranteeing himself the MVP star in this round.
That is the worst feel. That's a pretty bad feeling in Counter-Strike when you get like 3 kills and your teammate plants the bomb and he gets the round MVP and you're just like, what? This game just not appreciate me?
But we don't even show the MVPs in the scoreboard anymore.
True.
It's a thing of the past. We have damage now.
Back in the day, we used to reward 3 kills on the scoreboard for a defuse or a plant. Back in like 1.6.
Oh, really? Okay.
So you could have like, you could be like 9-0 with 3 plants, but never actually killing anyone.
Oh, that's terrible.
It was the devs, I believe, if I remember correctly, this was a long time ago, it was their way of motivating players to go after the objective. Yeah. At double doors, they don't like what they're seeing sensing at catwalk, so out towards long we go with 4 players. MongolZ is left as the solo player in mid.
Case locks. Boosted. I mean, he's having a great game, so set him up, give him every chance he can to get your team into a better position. Woody, okay, not going to work out for him. Charging at the long setup. Taz going to deal with him, dispatches of him. They come flying through the smoke. Pank gets the valiant attempt, but it has not worked out in any way.
And now they have no one actually in the bomb site to defend it, so going to try and set up this improvised boost, waiting for the spam coming through, hoping not to get tagged by it. Klosks. Case locks, this is the only opportunity to get back in. There's the headshot, but as the smoke fades, Heavy God pounces from Car, and the round is done.
A little chaotic towards the end, but yeah, in the end, it is a G2 victory.
The 0-1 group stage game is where we bring out all of our best stuff.
Because someone's going to try that at the major, you know? I'm so confused. Like, that is crazy you can do that. All right, double up setup. Does it work with an AWP as well? Dude, that would be so OP.
That would be really OP, actually.
Okay, MongolZ's going to take Nate down in behind Car. An advantage for G2 picked up. Once again, it's via the long avenue. Is that... Have we just witnessed the Olaf boost of 2025?
Is that the equivalent now? I don't know. It's weird because I don't... You know, I know one scout took it... I don't know. I don't want to theorize and talk about it without it on my screen. Let's just focus on the round here. 4 on 5. ODDIK in the bomb site. Pank is going to be the first one to make contact. Smoke gives him a little bit of cover to swing a little bit wider so the AWP cannot peer into his position. Only 1 for 1 as he gets blinded and his bomb site is overrun.
Utility going into the site, but the smoke is already up so that fire can't ignite. And the retreating players of ODDIK run back to the B bomb site to save their 3 weapons, and we watch G2 go 4-0 up. Oh, Pank's about to clear Heavy God. He looks away. Just at the wrong time as Pank walks into his crosshair. It's Pank to win the headshot. Smoke fades away, and Hades unable to connect the shot onto the back of the platform. More utility coming in, delaying this further. Still a lot of time, though, for G2. Still 50 seconds. They're going to start putting their own utility in place. Snacks realized that Molotov will have forced the CT into the open, so he spams down on the peak. And via the utility, they have pulled a kill back to even out the numbers at the 40-second mark.
Yeah, round. But ODDIK control the map. Look at the push from Punk. He's actually up over at green box right outside the exit to suicide, so he's got full vision of catwalk and middle. So that's a nice crossfire that you'll never expect. Oh my lordy almighty.
Yes, indeedy. It's going to be Snacks to come out on top of that. Pank losing his head. We got a 4v3. Case Locks kills himself. Oh, no. Oh, it's gone so wrong. It's gone so horribly. 10 seconds, though. That's all they've got to get the bomb into the site. And they're going to arrive in time. So, there we go. Oh, this round's stressful. 3v2, though.
That's a crazy sequence of events.
It's still on. It's still not over.
They're going to go for this retake. One up catwalk, one out towards long. All right, there's a little bit of spam through the smoke, but Woody's not going to commit unless Nate finds anything. And as the smoke is still up and it's got plenty of time still, he backs off. So round 1 by G2. M4 hits the deck. Off out into pit. and is going to start running to escape in safety, but G2 is on the hunt, so a trial for Woody with only one bullet in the mag.
Yeah, he's going to land it. And he has enough time. He doesn't realize it. How do you even AWP with this view model? Like, how do you do it? How does your brain, like, function the flicks?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to find
Maybe he
out.
gets used to it.
Here we go. And Woody's got the AWP. Here we go. Aggression stopped by Taz. What a shot. Really good work from Taz down into the lower tunnels play. And that's
He's back, baby.
Up. He is. He's warmed up. Dust 2 is the map for him.
And ODDIK has no idea this is occurring.
So silently slinking their way into the A bomb site. Plant's being locked in. They'll realize now, okay, well, they're in the A site. The ball is planted, and K-Slock's going to take the fight and lose it immediately.
We'll always have map 1, though.
They will always have that, yeah. But G2 looking like they're going to have map 2. This is quite the T side. And there's not really any fight, is there? Like, where have they gone? It's 2 kills, 3 kills, 2 kills, 1 kill.
It's at that.
Hades sees the barrel and unscopes, rescopes, and gets the kill.
I don't think he expected that guy to come back to it. And he was like,
Nope.
oh, okay.
Still able to react fast enough, and another opening kill in favor of G2.
And the rest of the defense all actually kind of settles in towards middle. One more comes up towards Catwalk. There's one close. Good frag from Woody. Good escape as well. Malps makes sure it's not for free. Teammate of Woody goes down. And now ODDIK and panic rotations, trying to find exactly where G2 is going to move next.
CT cross smoke deployed. Mobs dropping back into lower tunnels. So is Taz. Will Woody spot it? Nope. Taz will see him though. Another tap from Taz.
Another haircut from the bald man.
He's had one too many. 35 seconds. The B bomb site is easily in control of G2. There's no one here. So
yeah, ODDIK's just getting worked around this map. I mean, individually, G2's sharper. I mean, one thing we can talk on that's the most obvious is, I'll just look it up real quick, is, you know, on that first map of Anubis, ODDIK had 11 opening kills in the first half. 11 out of 12 rounds was an opening kill for ODDIK. So pretty much every single round at some point, G2 was playing 4v5. Here on Dust 2, opening duels, they've got 2 wins. And I don't even think they've been super stressed. I don't think there's really been any issues in this half so far in terms of, you know, rounds almost slipping away from them.
no, the most amount of kills is 4 on the CT side. So Pant gonna step up. At least an opening kill here for ODDIK. Let's see if they're able to turn this into a round victory. G2's response is to send a couple of players up through Catwalk pretty quick.
Yeah, but the bomb is disconnected. It's on Snax's back and T-spawn. So if they wanted to, like, kind of do something with this timing and really commit to it, it's not really there because the bomb still has to connect. And now that you have everyone up Catwalk, the smoke's going to fade at the double doors and Snax can no longer follow up with you. So kind of an interesting round to see what they're going to do with it. Snax is bailing out to the B bomb site.
Well, there's a good reaction from Malp, so
I haven't seen a fake like this in, like, a while.
yeah, he's like, we used to do this back in the day. Watch, this is gonna work.
Like a solo bomb fake.
But his teammates have been so effective in taking the space towards A for at least the initial force, and now it's actually starting to look like they're realizing. They're like, hold on.
No, they didn't spot him.
Matios was looking back. He's like, okay, they haven't planned it yet. There's no sight of it. And the bomb's gone down, and they're rejoining him.
Damn!
Okay, Snacks, that is sick. Matios going down in the gap in the door. Now Taz cuts off the rotations. It's just one, though, from him as Nate steps up with a double kill, and that's going to cost everything for G2. I like the idea. It was fun. The bomb currently positioned outside of the B tunnel, so they're going to have to go back and get that. In the meantime, Snacks is making a solo play forward, and a great angle from Nate, just out of the gaze of Snacks. And we've got 29 seconds left to see G2 work something with the bomb. Remember where it is. It's still so far away. Heavy God has to go and get that outside of the tunnels. And then there's still 2 B players to deal with. So this isn't looking good for G2. This round has fallen apart. They have to either win an elimination or somehow get that bomb through the tunnels here.
It's on Taz. He's got to find a kill to alleviate the pressure.
Heavy Gods just making steps, going in. He knows one's in the sight. Now it's up to Taz to win it on kills. There's no time. It comes down to a 1v2, and all you need to do is hide. And Pank is so far away from it that he can't do anything about it. It's a disastrous round towards the end there for G2. The bomb just wasn't on anybody's back. Oh, just seen a little bit of his opponent here, Hades. Able to connect the shot, but he can send his rifles forward. And Heavy God cuts through Nate. Is there a follow-up kill available? There is, but he can't take it. That'll be MongolZ to do so. And now his gaze focuses on short. With a smoke up, that molly ineffective. And so Taz now pressures through middle to cut off the rotation of Marios, who's trying to come in through CT spawn. It's now a 4v2, one that G2 will convert into an 8th round win. As ODDIK start to retreat to try and save the remaining weapons, Taz will keep the pressure up, but they're out of there.
Taz having himself a good game. 9-3. He's actually the second best fragger at the moment on the G2 side. I think Heavy God has 10. Nice execute. It helps that Hades gets that spot, and you know you can have the op pinned down, but like this is the difference of confidence on this map versus Anubis. Like this round, G2's happy to just kind of walk up long and turn that corner with no utility, right? Like just turn the corner and take a dry fight. They don't know what's on the other side. Catches the defense completely off guard. AK-47 recovered, but not for long. And G2 is up to 8, a 6-round lead. He's getting some really good spots as well to be your kind of like experienced player who hasn't really, you know, grinded the game too much recently, like these lurk positions where like, you know, Taz understands how this moves and understands where the play can be made to really punish, you know, the defense shifting. So it's nice of them to put him in those positions to where he can shine. He's done a good job in this, like cutting off rotations, punishing them at the end in the post plants. He's been just fine for G2. Over to the B-bomb side we go. It's a foot race because ODDIK is gonna kind of beat him there. They're to contest at the double doors. Smoke just plumes now. Bomb is recovered. MongolZ and Taz against the world, and they come rushing in at him.
Taz now, this would be the big step up. The 1v3, the next level. He goes out in the open. Molotov to heat things up before the MP9 out into the open. Taz just couldn't control the spray, and so we'll follow the MP9 of Marius.
One more round to keep it as close as humanly possible. Showing mid to be split. They cannot respect this smoke. They have to come through it.
Okay, Marios through the smoke. Heavy God gonna go down now. 4v4 as they charge in. Final 30 seconds. Can Marios deliver? He can't. He peeks into the open. Hades combines. Taz and Snacks with a couple of kills. And we've got Woody live 1v4.
There it is. And Woody can't do anything about this.
Nope. He's marching in because he has to, but it's going to be a 9th round for G2.
Okay, well, it's feeling very map dependent at the moment. T-side Anubis, we described it as lackluster, is odd to watch because it didn't feel like there was a whole lot going on. But here on Dust 2, they've been super proactive. Aggressive lurks in middle double doors, strong catwalk takes, a couple of B hits mixed in there.
The playoffs of Astana. Exciting. Coming right up. And G2, a team that, an organization that always wants to be in the playoffs. Ooh. And, well, we got MongolZ hoping to cut through for a 10th round victory here. He's got himself a couple of kills up through short. He's going to drop down in towards spawn, and he's done so much. Goes Taz, good kill. It's going to be Woody to fall down, and Marios tapping away with the Glock, P250 Glock combo. And then right back into the play. Oh, another shot from Marios. MongolZ, though, round the back. The murderer, as he takes 10-3. And they're happy about that. You can see the laughter looked out the line of Taz.
It's easy to smile and laugh when you're having a nice, easy game like this. So, yeah, very, very cool stuff. And good to see MongolZ have some nice rounds as well. Obviously, I mean, that's the kind of the thing. Amidst the kind of loss of Nico and m0NESY is the players who are kind of in their position looking to step up. And we haven't really found out who it's going to be for m0NESY. But MongolZ is meant to be the Nico one. And that's obviously huge, huge shoes to fill.
Net's going to chase forward as Snax tries to fall back into the B-bomb side. Utility dropping in for that CT cross.
Yeah, but this has been telegraphed this whole way, so all the rotation is here.
He goes through. Heavy God goes through, and he comes out on top of it. K-Slock's gone. 4v4 established off the back of that, so the hard work from Woody undone.
Where you've had Heavy God and MongolZ just completely infest this map, and you have no chance to cross.
This is going to be a very surprising outcome, isn't it? Heavy God just waiting for them. Okay.
That is a surprising outcome. Yes, that is a very surprising outcome.
Yep, they somehow got it. But MongolZ looking to step up in his teammate's stead. He gets a double kill. Good work from MongolZ. Nate able to frag out, but it's a 2v2.
Flank now from Taz, though. He's coming out lower.
Jumping.
Jumping. Can he stop it? One more?
Jumping.
Yeah, he will.
Okay, Snax, you love that. And that's denied. Okay, that's the most Snax way to do it. Jump up and down with the MP9. Final attempt as the last tick of the plant comes in.
Dude, it's probably so hard to communicate with Matios in middle that you need him to like peek and swing immediately, like as fast as humanly possible. And that, like, to properly describe the kind of trouble you're in when the round is about to come to a close. Man, set up so well for G2 to have just been like a clean, easy victory.
Nate's gonna get some cat control for his teammates here. And a Molotov actually going to force MongolZ forward. So he's going to go with a flashbang. He's going to lose that duel. Shot from Nate.
Yeah, but there's an op to back it up and another M4
second
coming.
player, yeah. Heavy got to go in as the follow-up player. He was blinded, and he still got the kill. We got Snax in the follow-up as well. So 4v3, under a minute left. And the final long leap from ODDIK as they try and get back into this round.
They have no nades across. They just have to fight. They just have to fight the whole way because they've got nothing to cover this. And Hades' op is on the other side.
Yeah, well, Hades, he's looking for the first peek. They come up into the site. Nice shot. Gets back to it. Now it's just Woody planting the bomb and now attempting a 1v3. He'll move into the open, and Snax is the man to put him in the ground and give G2 a Dust 2 victory. And what a recovery. That first half was a clinic, second the same. And we've got G2 bouncing back into the series, tying things up.
Yeah, once like they felt like they had that map in their pocket, they just never gave anything up, did they? Just kept running it. No one got over aggressive, over ego. Nobody tried to over peak and end things too soon. And G2 is going to be starting on the CT side, defending in this pistol round against ODDIK. The Brazilians attacking into them, and it's an upper rush.
Yeah, it's a quick play. It's going to be K-Slock's out first, and to the back of the site he goes. Nothing picked up for K-Slock's, the man who started the series off with the pistol ace. It's now going to be 3 players coming in from heaven for G2 as the flash is the trigger point, and all the kills go up there for the T's, apart from one. K-Slock's falls, and everybody else steps up for ODDIK. In HOTU.
It is just barely.
It's actually a bigger upset.
Yeah, I think it's.
But it's not really. I mean, the points for G2 don't actually make. You know, they didn't earn them. They didn't earn them. You know, they stand-ins.
Okay.
Whereas Aurora actually are the full squad. You know.
Hey, the bomb's on the ground in front of the smoke, boys. That's not a fun place for it to be. You're gonna have to come back and get that later, and that's assuming you can find some kills elsewhere on the map. So G2, within the first 30 seconds of this round, have got themselves in a 5-on-2 and probably their first round victory. It's Nate and Matios left to recover.
Well, as soon as the guns come out, G2 haven't lost a player. It's a good start here. But yeah, it's I think
it's
by the numbers, sure, it's a bigger upside, I guess. Then that makes sense.
Good show. G2 is ranked number 5 in Valve ranking, or is ranked number 5, and ODDIK is number 93.
Long old save here as Ned and Matios take their AK-47s into the next round as G2 go up to their first round victory.
They can't all be nice because here on Nuke he's got the responsibility of the upper bomb side on the floor, which is a stressful position to play. Hades, good shot with the ult. He knows he's got at least one more close up already at red box, and now spots out a second one, or at least hears the cue of the AK-47 fire. Hades goes down.
Yeah, could have get away with a second there. Once you're pinned to red and you can't really get away, You've got to add, land an absolute banger, which he doesn't do. So, MongolZ coming up next. He's around the secret smoke. He's not seeing anybody cross. I think this is the play to make. Oh, he could have got two.
It was just too perfect. It was just too perfect.
Oh, what?
Speaking of which.
Yeah, speaking of which, indeed. Perfection with a final bullet. And Heavy God's left 1v3. Fire tickling his head. Here comes Nate. He's looking for the ace. This will be all 5. And a stylish ace it would be at that. Nate round the back, and he's got the headshot. What a round. Yeah, look, he's looking around like, guys, did you guys see that?
Yeah, beautiful. He's like, I know Coach saw it, but I need the rest of you to watch that back later on tonight. That's a good shots, obviously, coming in towards team main, but really, MongolZ, that opportunity, created it for himself. Beautiful play to come right back through the smoke and just doesn't take the first kill clean. Almost panics because it's too perfect.
Very happy about that one. And ODDIK 4-1 up on the T side. They're back. And here comes Pang charging through the door into the upper bomb site. MongolZ's going to put a stop to him quite quickly. Matteo smoked out and held back.
But Squeak Door is going to be the final play for ODDIK. Just waiting for that timing to start making their move out. Molotov in towards Mini. Matteo's going to lead the way. Good headshot. That's Snacks to hit the deck. And Taz left alone. Good luck, buddy.
Oh, Taz off the back of the side. Okay, Taz, that's nice and clean. Second kill's fantastic, still alive. Misutility. Taz not able to get his third, but Nate would have to pull off an incredible clutch. He just can't do it this time. So MongolZ coming in the cleanup crew. Taz, great work for the back of the site.
Nice double kill anchoring in the upper bomb site. Good transition over to the HUT player. Nice find.
Anyway, Snacks is back. So
Snacks is back in the server. He did reset his game, and he's here. He's arrived.
And I like this from Hades. Look at this. Sit in the vent, be a little rat, see if you can get a knife kill. Nate, in the meantime, though, has just toppled MongolZ. Here goes Hades. He's not in the vent. Oh, and he can't get down the stairs. Oh, and look at the frustration on him as well. Fist to the head. He punched himself in the face. Taz did the same thing.
No, but it's also like, I mean, look, maybe it's a little bit rusty, not been in team play for a little bit of time, but I think also more than anything, it's like this is the nature of playing within a pug at the professional level of Counter-Strike against actual teams is you think you have the timing to go stop them from crossing over and get a new angle, and you're just wrong. That level of communication isn't always every piece of information that you'd like to have. And just trying to make a play.
Heavy God going to start ascending to the heavens. The kit is all the way back there, which he didn't pick up. Unlucko. So 5 rounds T-side for ODDIK, already looking pretty good. And there, yeah, I mean, it really is just a blip on the radar for Dust too.
ODDIK is just going to get way too much of an advantage over you. Snacks making a tricky play. They have not cleared this yet, and it doesn't look like it's likely, but he misses the kill.
Grenade. Oh, yeah. Even from the grave, Snack still finding impact. That is his first kill, too. So, it's a memorable one.
The restart worked wonders.
He did. Nate looking to fight with that Galil. In the meantime, remember, Snacks is coming up through Secret. So, he's going to have an angle here to fight Nate eventually. But Nate has the better weapon, just by a little bit. MongolZ to take Woody down, so we've got a 3v3. Nate now peeking, seeing that the MP9 is ready to fight him. Taz is down to 7 HP. MongolZ on 6. G2 do not have the health to feel comfortable here.
There's the win. Here's the footsteps. He's got one more. No, he can't take them both. Hades inside the bomb site adds one. He's got one frozen in the open. That's Matteos who wanted to bail out but can't do it. And Hades saves the day with a double kill inside the bomb site.
Yeah, I think Hades can be a little happier about that. Obviously frustrated from the previous round, not able to find the impact he was hoping for, but able to respond and then follow up with an essential double kill towards the back of the bomb site. It's a very prolonged outside fight towards Secret just from Red from Nate. He was keeping a couple of these G2 players busy for a very long time. I'm going to get rid of MongolZ, and then look at this. Hades just patient, ever patient at the back of the site, and everybody lets out.
I think you're still going to be a little bit concerned considering the T side we saw at G2 to start this series on Anubis.
Pank to drop Heavy God. Keeps the numbers even for now, but this is the play. Can Snack somehow get himself in behind these smokes? You mentioned that he was one of the First adopters of the smoke play. A trendsetter. And he's gone missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, this play right here, nobody knows about it. And with the pressure over towards ramp room, MongolZ is dead. It's a matter of time, and there we go.
Dude, that was nearly.
I know. I was really thankful that fight.
Yeah, look at this, though. Case Lock's around the back. It's going to be Taz to go down. And Case Lock's going to descend down into the bomb site. 2v2. Hades looking towards Pank in the ramp room. Just waiting for that peek. Waiting for him to extend to the open. He doesn't. Hades goes back to look elsewhere. We'll drop it into the smoke to come back and then misses the shot. So it's all on Snacks. 1v2. Bomb still needs to be picked up. Pank's going to go and get it.
Did you notice that smoke didn't bounce? It just kind of stopped and got stuck.
It was a heavy one.
It was a really heavy smoke grenade. Is that what we're working with?
Yep. Heavy smokes. Heavy gods.
True. Well, Snacks is going to flip a coin. And it's landed at the lower bomb site. So he's going to chill here and hope and pray they come down the vents or come to him, and that's not the case. So he's got money. MongolZ has money to drop one. I imagine they'll want to drop an AWP over to Hades, but he still can go for this if he wants to. Pick up a kit on the way. One flashbang and an HE grenade salvaged as well. 2 to find as he ascends the ladder.
Taking his time, but there's not a lot of time left. Snacks into the open. There's the first kill. Case Locks goes down. It's now just Pank. He's going to send the nade in. Get down onto that defuse. Snacks is going to hold it. Snacks is going to stick it. Snacks not able to get it. Pank comes in with a 4K in this round, and it's 6-5 as ODDIK reclaim the lead.
Yeah, really well done. Put a stop to that run from G2. 3 in a row gets stopped cold. It looked really good for G2 as well to open things up, but Ponk just punishing the push here from Heavy. Got a brilliant round from him. Finds MongolZ later on. This flank and wrap around Heaven is brutal. And closing it out, what a quad kill in the round overall. That's not bad. And 1 remaining in this first half.
So that's a step in the right direction. Woody's had a pretty quiet half too. He was 2 and 6 ahead of that kill. There's MongolZ in the peek out. Oh, they line up. A lot of damage. 2 kills.
Good damage on the follow-up, yeah. Let's see if they can close it out. Heavy God gonna wrap in a big garage. Quick shot as the smoke clears. Nate with the op waiting over at Red Box, but he might need a little bit of help from Matios to alleviate some of the pressure. And that ain't gonna happen. So, round over, half over, 6-6. G2 fight back to tie it up.
A lot of utility for this pistol round for G2. They're gonna nade the door, smoke main, flash follows up, and Heavy God charges in. Looking to bring down the first. A lot of bullets, but it's Taz to take 2. They know that Woody's gone into the hut, and Heavy God's gonna deal with it. Now the Heaven leap coming in as well from Pank.
Where did Taz get his double kill? That happened so fast.
Pank coming in from Heaven. Looking down into the bomb site. Not really getting too many opportunities here. It's not going to be a pistol round that goes their way.
His teammate smoked off, so can't get involved in the fight, and there's no point in him swinging if he doesn't have a teammate. Everyone's hiding on the front side of the silo as well, so yeah, just brutal. Nice upper rush pistol round from G2. Keep it simple, stupid, and they've got a round win, 7-6.
Nice shot.
It was a good shot.
And that's the only little W they're going to take from this pistol. So Nate's going to slip away. Heavy God might even catch him as he drops further back as well here. Jumps up, sees him, and goes off to the bar.
Front flip as well. Style points.
That was smoother than when G2 tried.
A little bit smoother, yeah. No footsteps made. You always like that. Appreciate it. Okay, well, a lot of time setting up this upper hit, which is giving time for that scout to get into position. Only the 1, though. Heavy God with an immediate trade, and MP9 on top of the hut creates a problem for Heavy God, who's kind of stopped cold, can't escape, and G2 is forced back on the initial thrust.
Yeah, we know how good these MP9s can be.
They're going to pause and wait because there's a flank coming in through the lower bomb site. Snacks is just wrapping up the ramp now and going to start moving towards Heaven. So Heavy God and Taz are pausing and giving Snacks the time to make the play to win the round and take the pressure off of them.
35 seconds. Snacks to climb up towards Heavy. He's going to catch them looking the wrong way. Okay, not the cleanest first bullet, but eventually cleaned up by Snacks. Taz is going to try and stay inside of Hut, and we are looking at Pank turning back, and okay, G2, you let that one go. Really shouldn't have been that easy in the end for ODDIK, but it was.
So they did get that early advantage. It didn't net them nearly as much productivity as they would have liked, as I think they might have needed. So now 2 pistols, 3 AK-47, and MongolZ is going to make the run out the red box and finds the op in the open, not prepared for any fight whatsoever.
Yeah, great start from MongolZ. You got to work with this though if you're G2. Got to be able to convert this into a round victory, so they got to start moving outside quite quickly. They don't want to just let the gap close. Pank taking Taz down. The numbers are now even again, but Snax is wrapping around the back. Oh, it looked like he was just going to look away at the wrong time. Then MongolZ steps up. And we've got G2 4-2 up right now on players. And Pank looking to try and clean up. And oh, just like that, the numbers go back. They're even in the blink of an eye.
And one of them was a high HP player, so you still have Hades alive with 3 health. So he's just like, oh, this kind of sucks. So he'll be the bait. He's going to go way, way far ahead, keep some spacing for MongolZ to give him time to react. And they hear these footsteps down low, over behind the silo, up on the rafters. Hades.
Oh, they don't check it. Case locks. He's got one and locks in the second. No problem for Case locks off the rafters.
3 players lined up to cross behind these smokes over towards Secret. It's only Snax for the moment, but Hades and MongolZ there to follow up.
Oh, it's going to be Hades to drop Woody. So good start here for G2. Still a lot of time as well for the T side. They're going to work that deep smoke towards the Hellline goal, but that's a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? Pank with a triple kill. They line up for the double, then he closes on the third. MongolZ trying to fight G2 back into contention, and he's done so. It's still a 2v2 with 55 seconds left, but this round, not a moment to breathe for G2. Heavy God walks through the door smoke right into Marios, and it leaves Mario in a 1v2. He's going to cross into the open. Back at the garage is Pank. Oh, close, but no cigar for the Guatemalan.
Well, I'll tell you what, that never needed to happen. That's another one of those, it's a missed smoke over towards lockers. That smoke is supposed to bounce in front of the windows, and actually Pank is taking an angle at the stairs that the missed smoke blocks, which forces him to rotate to the position it's supposed to block, which they expect to be blocked, and then they're surprised to see Pank swing there and grab a double that's lined up at long range. That is, there's so many disasters layered into that play.
Falcons were 0-2 at Bucharest last tournament.
True?
There you go. That's what it was.
Okay, so recency bias is really the party.
Well, KS Locks, he's got himself a chance. Snax is going to go down as he walks right into the rifle. And we have now got a 5v4 ODDIK pushing themselves in the direction of victory. To even out their record here, a close loss against Astralis. Yesterday they took a map off of them. And now a much better affair today against G2.
That should be information that 2 players over at Decon. Off angle for Case Locks.
Smoke comes out. He can actually just move in behind it. He's worried about the double doors swinging wide open, and for good reason. Likely to be split on, but he has got his teammate up here on the rafters itself. Taz is going with the bomb, though. He's getting out of there. He's going back up towards 8. Pank waiting for him at the back of the site. They're running him down, charging in. Pank only manages one before getting taken out as Taz cancels the plant to look for the pick at Heaven, but now realizes the commitment to the plant is required. It's Hades to fend off the Woody attempt over the top. Case Locks comes in. Hades gone, so it's all on Taz to try and win this in a 1v2 clutch. He's planted the bomb for himself as he goes over to the door. It's Taz with another kill. And Taz to topple 2 in the clutch. Taz keeps them going.
Yeah, man. Old man with the clutch. That's beautiful.
It's going to be Nate. Shooting a shot up with MongolZ. Gap in that smoke. Massive gap. The Woody will hand out a haircut through, but then goes for the repeak. And upon the repeak, Hades is waiting.
Yeah, ill-advised repeak, we should say. MongolZ close up with 17 HP. Turn this corner. Oh, the timing was almost there. I think he saw the elbow. He's going to back into it. Good shot. Perfect. And the mini player had just dropped down vent, so nobody's there for the trade, and now MongolZ has got some ground to work with.
Yeah, he's going to start climbing up towards Heaven, silently creeping his way to the top of the ladder. 55 seconds left. Just a lot of time to stay composed here for MongolZ. No reaction yet for anybody from ODDIK. They don't feel comfortable to make a move. They're just kind of lying in wait, waiting for G2 to come to them.
He's not even considering Heaven?
They don't consider Heaven? What? Why? Because the player down hell has to react to it, but Case Locks come in. Pank flies up the ladder, and suddenly the round's back on again here for the CT side, but with that kill from Heavy God, it has thrust Pank into a 1v2.
I think he must be right. I think the miscommunication of Pank not communicating that he wasn't watching it, but now the bomb is going to go up. He's got a good timing on this flank through Mini. Back at the bomb site, both players. He
He's got a
sees the
great timing.
trajectory of the utility.
This is a great time. Pank around the backside. They're doubled up in the same position. Pank is closer than they can ever expect. Oh, it's going to be a free kill and 2 headshots. That's it. The knockout blow. G2 goes 0-2 on day 2 of PGL Astana. And ODDIK get the win.